Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of our Play Now Online series. Now we are on to tier 2 teams, and my go-to tier 2 team is the Utah Jazz. I really like this team. I like their starting lineup. I like the guys they have coming off this bench. And so they are currently in tier 2 at the time of me playing this game, and I thought they would be the best fit for me to play with in tier 2, of course. My opponent, no surprise, has the Portland Trail Blazers. Everyone just likes that team, man, and I don't blame them. That team is pretty easy to score with, especially with Damian Lillard, and I raved so much about this guy in the last video. We just have to go up against him again. And you know, whenever we face the Portland Trail Blazers, it always seems like a struggle fest for us, and so that's why I have to go with my go-to tier team. So last video it was the Atlanta Hawks, and we did pretty good against the Portland Trail Blazers, and in this video we have the Utah Jazz, so we'll see how we fare against the Trail Blazers in this video. Damian Lillard, nice little floated to the rim. He has the layup meter on for some odd reason. For me, I turned it off because it's pretty hard to time layups in this game, and I think it is just way too many factors into trying to get a perfect release on the layup, and then you have other things you have to consider, like the layup animation, and 2K has a ton of layup animations, and so you can't really get a feel of like where you need to release it to get the perfect layup release. And then you also have the type of defender, the badges they have. So I just turn it off and just go with the player ratings, but you know, for the jump shots, just have to go with the jump shots. And by that I mean having the jump shot meter on is what's best for me. I'm used to it by now. I don't really like playing with it off, or I never really tried playing with the jump shot meter off, and I'm pretty sure I'll be better if I had it off. But for right now, with the meter being on, I'm okay with it. I like to see whether I'm a little bit late on the jump shot or the timing of the jump shot, or early, and on the next possession we could easily make a perfect release shot. I know you get the boost with it being off, but I'm more comfortable with the jump shot meter being on. So let's get back to the game. My opponent, his game plan wasn't anything too special again. So it's no surprise that when people pick the Portland Trail Blazers, they don't really do anything fancy. It's just really Damian Lillard trying to get him going, and then whoever else can eat on the team, they'll get buckets, and hopefully the opponent will, not hopefully, but hopefully for my opponent, he walks away with a victory. But in our case, we need to get a victory, because I am not trying to lose any more games. I just want to get through these leagues quickly as possible, and then we could get the GOAT trophy. So we're off to a pretty good start right now. After me talking about nonsense for the past 2 minutes, we have a nice little 10-point lead, but Damian Lillard is going to cut that down. So our defense was pretty good in the first half, and you know, it helped us build that lead. And one thing about the defense being good, it allows us to get on the fast break and get better opportunities or better looks at the rim, because that puts my opponent at a disadvantage. Maybe he has 1 or 2 guys back and we have like 3 or 4. Now we have the potential to hit a 3, or we could just get an easy layup. And the Portland Trail Blazers defense is not the best, especially Damian Lillard's. But for the other guys, their defense is average. And again, Anfernee Simons, man, this guy right here seems like he's the number 2 option on the Portland Trail Blazers. I thought it would have been CJ McCollum, but apparently it's not. This guy, he's pretty good on 2K, and I never really used him. I think when I used the Portland Trail Blazers, I don't know if he did a lot for me, but I played with the Portland Trail Blazers one time, and I can't really remember if he did anything for me. It was really Carmelo, when I had to put Carmelo Anthony at the 5, who wielded us to a comeback and a victory against my opponent in that game, where he had the Toronto Raptors. That was one of my more favorable games to play, because it required a lot of strategy and thinking on how to beat this guy with a depleted Portland Trail Blazers team at that time. So now we're at halftime. Score is 27-18. Jazz is looking good so far. We aren't really shooting a whole bunch of threes, and for some reason we find ourselves up by 9 points. Damian Lillard posted dunk over Derek Favors. Don't want that to happen. Cannot let that man get off. But yeah, the Jazz offense, I like the plays they run. They run nice plays to where I could easily see what's going on or predict who is going to be open before I even make the pass. So that's one thing I really like about this team. And going up against the Trailblazers, like I said, it's easy to score on him. Speaking of Damian Lillard on that possession, but it's easy to score on them because, like I said earlier, you have Damian Lillard, not the best defensive player. Nurkic, his defense isn't that good against Rudy Gobert, and I thought it would have been a bit better, but it's not. And I have my issues with Rudy Gobert too, because last time when we really played with the Jazz, Rudy Gobert defensively was not that good, and we were going up against the Portland Trailblazers too. So it's just really who you're going up against and how they use the players they have available to them. CJ McCollum, haven't really seen him a lot in this video. He knocks down a wide open three. In this third quarter, did not do a good job of scoring. My opponent has now come back and he's only down by 1 point. We're trying to get the offense going. I don't know what really happened in this third quarter. I guess we couldn't shoot the ball too well, but Rudy Gobert, look there, easy layup. Thought he would have made it, but he makes up for it by grabbing his own rebound and slamming it down for 2 points. So now we extend the lead just a little bit more, but this is a mistake that I made. I had Joe Ingles on Damian Lillard. I ended up changing that matchup later on in the game, but Joe Ingles, I thought he would have been quicker, but the guy is just way too slow for Damian Lillard. I probably would have been better off putting Jordan Clarkson on Damian Lillard, but Clarkson comes off the bench and I don't know if I want to take anyone out unless I take Mike Conley out of the starting lineup, or I take one of the guys at the 3 or 4 position out and put in Jordan Clarkson and just bump the rest of the guys down. But it's just strategy, and hindsight is always 2020. So we're only up by 1 point again. Michael Conley has the ball at the top of the key. We're running a play. That's Joe Ingles. Now we get the ball down low to Rudy Gobert. Nice little play there. I seen what was happening. My opponent was out of position, and we get the easy layup with Rudy Gobert. Surprisingly, he did not miss that layup, so that's good there. Back on offense once more, about 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. Working the ball around, gonna get it down low to Rudy Gobert. And his counter really can't contend with Rudy Gobert down low, and he gets us 2 points. You see, Rudy Gobert has performed a lot better in this game than he did previous times when I played with the Jazz. Has 10 points and 5 for 6 shootings, 5 for 6 shooting. So that's what you always like to see. But this man right here, Damian Lillard, is just too damn quick on this game, and he can get to the rim so easily. And considering he has his takeover badge, this man could just really shoot from anywhere and just light it up. So offense for us. Joe Ingles, wide open three. That's what we need. We didn't really make a lot of threes, but the threes we made, they had a huge impact on the game. So now we're up by 6 points, and it relies on the defense. Damian Lillard, you see, gets to the rim. Rudy Gobert, known for his defensive abilities, cannot stop Damian Lillard from making that layup. But that's all right. I go right back to the rim with Michael Conley because I know Damian Lillard does not have the best on-ball defense, and that was just an easy lane to the rim for Conley. And Conley, that's one of my favorite point guards in the NBA. So I'm a bit aware of what Conley could do. So good layup by Conley there, and we are heading into the fourth quarter. About a minute down, or a little less than a minute down in the fourth quarter. We still have the lead, but we gotta hold on to it. I always stress this when I'm playing against the Portland Trailblazers. The defense and offense needs to be A1 in the fourth quarter if we want to win, because we know the Portland Trailblazers, they can get up and down the court and hit a lot of shots quickly when it comes to the fourth. Rudy Gobert backing down Nurkic, getting that bucket to go. So we're looking good so far. At this point in the game, it's a bit of a back and forth. He's scoring, I'm trying to keep him at bay. Corner 3 ball. I believe that's Royce O'Neal. He's going to knock that one down, and that one was huge, extending our lead to 10 points. 49-39 with less than 3 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Michael Conley to the rim again, getting it to go. And you can see we shot the ball pretty well, shooting 61% compared to my opponent 49%, even though 49% is pretty good, but to show you that 61% is even better. Damian Lillard again. We get the block on the layup, and that's what we needed. And look at us. We on the break. Wide open three for Joe Ingles. Can't get it to go. Royce O'Neal is there again. And my opponent is running out of time to make a comeback. Less than 2 minutes remaining now. He has the ball on offense. Damian Lillard looking for a shot, looking for a player. Let's see what he does here. Gets right to the rim. Nice little Euro step layup. It gets blocked right to Norman Powell, and he makes that bucket. But by that time, it's too late, and we get another convincing victory. 55-43 final score. A good time playing with the Jazz. Wish they would have hit a bit more threes, but I'm fine with the victory either way. They played good as a team, and we get another W, and we get one win closer to the greatest of all time league. So, pretty good game, and that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.